Hello everybody, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Say hello when you jump on, hit that heart button for me to let me know that you're watching. And in just a minute, I'll have a keyword for you to type in. When you type in that keyword, you're going to get the supply list for the things that we're using tonight. Come on, Facebook, find my video. And then I can jump on there and say hello to all my friends as you guys jump on. Okay, Etch, you guys, E-T-C-H. I actually had somebody who reached out to me today and they said, Laura, have you done the etching cream? And it has been a while, a long while, you guys, since we have done the etching cream, which just reminded me that it's way over there and I didn't even grab it. Okay, so we're going to do some etching tonight, and I think that this is going to be really fun because I have something else to go along with it as well that we're going to try for the first time. You guys know I love trying new things, so we'll see how this other stuff works out. Hey, Christine. Hello, Linda and Tracy. Hi, Darlene. Hey, Kim. Hello, Lorraine and Lisa Marie. Hey, Rhea. Hello, Lori and Kelly and Linda. Hi, Nancy and Wendy and Kim. Hello, everybody. Hey, Adele. Hello, Teresa. Help. What do you need help with? Is it? Oh my gosh. All right, let's do this tonight then, okay? Hello, you guys. Etch is the keyword. Type that in there. Hopefully everybody got that supply list sent to your email. Happy Tuesday to you too. All right, let me grab the etching cream real quick because I forgot it. It's way over here. So you guys, things are a little bit thrown off for me. As you guys know, I was gone all weekend. And then I came back and John left. And John's going to be gone until at least Friday, maybe even Sunday. So getting my kids to bed is a little bit, well, it's all mom this week. And I'm trying to keep myself together, but I'm struggling a little bit without Dad here. Gosh, I miss him when he's gone. And yet I can't stand him sometimes when he's here. Hi, Cassie. Have I caught my breath yet? No. No, I have not. I have like one more package left to package up, and then I'm done with all of that. And then I can start working on invoicing to get everything shipped out. So hopefully by Friday we will be done. That's my goal. Hey, Denise. But no, I've not caught my breath. Not at all. Hi, Sissy. Hello, Lance. Hey, Carol. So good to see you too. Okay, you guys, so this is actually something that one of you guys sent me, and it's been in my craft stash for a while. So long that I don't even remember who it was that sent it. But it's from the Dollar Tree. And it's just a glass cutting board. Okay, just a piece of glass. And it does have these little feet on there. And I think that it's just perfect for an etching project. Hi, Donna and Cheryl and Ruth. So we're going to make this kind of, like I told you guys, kind of fast this week with all the stuff that's going on. But still very, very fun. Hi, Crystal. So I thought, you guys, look at this pattern right here. I love this one so much. It's called the Terrific Tile Pattern. Hi, Diane. And it fits perfectly right on this piece of glass. Cassie, I'm actually going nowhere this weekend, which is, I'm glad for. Because I do need it. But I have a lot of things that I need to get caught up around my house, too. Like getting that pool finished so my kids can swim as soon as it warms up. Hi, Donna. All right. So, you guys, this right here is called Armor Etch. It is a glass etching cream that is completely safe to use with our transfers. And I'm going to show you tonight how you can use this with your transfers. It's available in my shop under accessories, or if you type in the word etch right now, I'll send you the link. Watch it say don't shake, and here I am shaking it. Okay, I don't think it says don't shake. But I don't think shaking it does anything at all. Hi, Donna. So I think I've used this one before, but I used this piece here. So this one might not be cut. You love this stencil. Me too. Hey, Becky. So, yeah, I do think that I need to take a vacation soon. And I think it just might be a small little mini vacation tomorrow morning before I start working on all of those invoices that I got to get sent out from that auction. I think I'm going to go and have a little mini vacation at the nail salon and just get a mani-pedi and relax a little bit before I dive back into everything. And I think that I deserve that and I earned that, right? I think that would be okay. You think anybody's going to be mad at me if I take like an hour away from my busy schedule to just kind of treat myself for a little bit? Hi, Carlene. Carlene, I didn't send you that invoice, but girl, I didn't forget about you, okay? I will. I will. Come and visit you. Becky, I'm going to be kind of close to you. Not this weekend, but the weekend after. Kind of. We're going to be staying in up north. What's the city that's just past the Mackinac Bridge? Girl, help me out. Help me out. I don't remember. Thank you, Cassie. All right, so we're going to give this a lot of fuzz, okay? Because when you're doing glass projects, your transfer is going to stick like crazy. Glass is a surface that your transfer, that's got no pores. It's completely non-porous, so your transfers are going to stick very, very, very well. You really want to give this a very, very, very good fuzz. I'm trying to think of the name of that town. You're going to tell me, though, aren't you? Come on, Becky, tell me. Oh my gosh, all I can think of is Benton Harbor because that's where I just came from, but it's not Benton Harbor. Yes, St. Ignace, thank you. Yes, we're going to be in St. Ignace next weekend for Allie's having her trip to Mackinac. And instead of just driving all the way up to Mackinac Island, which is like a 3.5-hour drive for us, you guys, and then doing her field trip and turning around and coming back home, we're going to stay the night there, and Grandma's going to go up there with us, and we're just going to have a weekend. Well, it's just an overnight stay in St. Ignace. So, Becky, how far are you from St. Ignace? You've never done Etching Cream? Oh my gosh! Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to lay this right down on this glass. And I want to put it to where that diamond is right in the center. Now, I got to be careful when I do this because it's going to stick extra. And I'm hoping that I can get this lined up just about perfectly. I think that right there is it. I think that's it right there. And we're going to press that down and get all those air bubbles out of there. You've never etched before either? It's really fun. It's about, okay, so it's about as far from you as it is from me. Probably too far to come out for a day trip then. All right, I'm going to pick just a sponge brush, you guys. I think, let me see. I think I'm going to use a sponge dauber. No, I would not. I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to use a regular old brush. I'm going to use a Chalk Couture brush. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and grab this etching cream out. And do any of you guys have your phone right there where you can kind of set a timer for me? Because you really do need to have a timer going with your etching cream. So since these are reusable silkscreen transfers and they have adhesive on the bottom, the adhesive is going to help your etching cream from going through to the back side and let it stay just where the silkscreen of your transfer is. There we go. And so we're just going to brush this right onto the surface. Now, it does have some little bits in here that are like glass bits. If you get one of those, then just kind of brush it off of your surface. You guys can see that there's, well, you can't see it on the brush. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was trying to show you that. But they're little bitty, like little glass pieces that might come out in your etching cream. Just carefully brush this over. Okay, thank you, Kim. I just shook that so hard my teeth chattered. We're going to need about 3 minutes. I've got quite a few of those little glass pieces in there. It's just crazy. They're little chunks, and I wonder if it's from previous projects, because I haven't used my etching cream in a while. I want to get some of those chunks off of there. It's been a long time since I used my etching cream. Okay. Yeah, I got most of those big chunks off. All right, we're just going to brush this around and cover all of that silkscreen part. You don't want to use a squeegee. I would use a brush. Just because the etching cream might have some of these, like I said, these little glass pieces in it. And you want to carefully brush it across. And you don't want to scratch your transfer. And if you try to pull it with a squeegee, I think you're more likely to scratch your transfer. So you're just going to want to kind of push it down, dab it down into all of that area where the transfer has the silkscreen parts, and you can see that glass through until it looks like it's white. Yep, 3 minutes after I do the whole thing. You can go even longer than 3 minutes, and the longer that you let it sit on here, the more you're going to get that effect. I wouldn't go any longer than maybe 10 minutes, though. So if you walk away from it and then come back to it in just a short amount of time, you're good. But it's going to need at least 3 minutes to really get the good effect on there. So I don't even know how this stuff works, but it does. And it just kind of etches right through your right into your glass. And I think it's really cool stuff. All right, so we've got it all brushed in one direction. And now I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to go in the other direction. And we're just going to kind of keep moving it around. Now go ahead and start the timer for 3 minutes. We're going to keep moving it around in different directions while this is on there, and it's just kind of doing its thing. And you're going to go side to side each way. You're going to go back and forth. From what I understand, this is how you get the best transfer with your etching cream, is making sure that you go in every different direction with it. Did somebody start that timer for me? Will you confirm that for me? We're just going to keep kind of brushing it around and making sure that we're getting into all those spaces. No, you do not have to seal it after. You don't. You do not. Thank you. Now we're just going to keep brushing this around for a little bit. All right. You guys, I'm going to pull this up before that timer goes off. The etching cream has to be on there for 3 minutes. Your transfer does not. Okay? I didn't put any water in my cup. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to pull our transfer up right now. And we're going to continue to let this etching cream sit on here at least until that timer goes off. I actually think I'm going to let it sit on there even longer. Y'all, do you see how beautiful that is? It's not done yet, though, okay? And I'm just slowly going back and forth. Hi, Brenda. With my transfer and just letting it lift up out of that silk screen. All right, there we go. There we go. We don't want to touch this. We don't want to do anything with this at least until that timer goes off there. So I'm going to move this over here. We're just going to set this aside and we're going to clean our transfer real quick while that timer continues to go. Hopefully I don't bump that onto the ground. All right. Just let it sit. Let it keep doing its thing. Hi, Marcel. So you guys, I actually bought a new cleaning mat for my transfer before I went on this little trip this past weekend. So we're going to use this today and clean our transfer while we wait for that to do its thing. So I can show you that the etching cream will absolutely come right out of your transfer just like any of your paste will, okay? And you're going to clean it the same way. So I'm just going to spray this down with some water just like I do with any other transfer. We're going to go over it with a piece of paper towel to get as much of that etching cream as we can. Remember, though, there might be some little glass pieces. So don't push hard. You're just going to gently remove as much of that etching cream as you can, okay? Thank you, Denise. We're still working on it. Wait, because it's not done yet. All right. Spray your transfer down again, or do this at your sink. Your sink would be even better. Hi, Emily. And we're just going to remove all of that etching cream out. Okay, good. It's been at least 3 minutes. So by the time that we get this done and we get put back on the backer sheet, we are probably good to go. Okay, so I got the front of this all cleaned off. You guys can see it came just as clean as what it would. Ooh-wee. Just as clean as what it would if I were using paste with it. If not cleaner, the etching cream does come right off. And you're going to use your board eraser just like you do, whoops, if you're using paste or ink. God darn it. All right. Both sides of your transfer. And then you'll just let this thing get sticky again once it dries. I got the large mat at Walmart. As I was looking for things to take with me this past weekend. Well, that looks pretty darn good there. Ooh, not dry yet. All right, you guys, all we got to do now. Hope you had a peaceful day compared to my weekend. My day was, well, it was still just as hectic today. I'm still working on all the shipping. Yes, absolutely, Maxine. Definitely you can run your transfer under cold water to get it off. I prefer to do it that way. I got that mat from Walmart, and I have no idea what size it is. Based on the size of my mat here, I'm going to guess it's 24 by 24 because it just about covered my cutting mat. And then you guys, we're just going to line this back up and put it right back on the backer sheet, and then it's good to go time and time again. And now I've already cleaned up after myself tonight, which makes me feel really good. And if you guys wonder, I do struggle to get my backer sheets back on my transfers too. Just like some of you guys might. I'm letting that etching cream really, really, really just sit on there tonight. Yes, Tina, you will get a message from me when your invoice is ready for your live, or for your Watts of Love donations shipping costs. Everything is packaged up right now except 2, and one of them I'll finish tonight, the other one I'll finish tomorrow. But yes, I'll start working on those invoices tomorrow for the shipping stuff. And then I have something else I was supposed to send to you, and I'm just going to put it in that box to go with you, Tina. All right, you guys, are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. I'm actually going to get my mat back out now. And we're going to clean that board. We're going to clean this piece of glass right now and get all of that etching cream off of there. You guys can see right now, it looks like it's white, but this is because the cream is still on there. All right. So here we go. We're going to spray some water on it. Just like so, you guys, or take it to your sink. Take it to your sink if you can. And we're going to wash all of that cream off of there as quickly as we can. Hold on now, y'all. Hold on. Yes, so I'm sending them all via email, and they're all going to come from Create and Illuminate. Create and Illuminate group at gmail.com. So if you guys have any questions about anything, that's where you can send your questions as well that pertain to that particular event. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh, that's fine, Brenda. You're good. I have all your stuff at my house, so you're good. Okay, you guys. Can you see it? That's permanent. You guys can see that pretty well. I can't tell if you can or not because I held it up, but you can see it. You can definitely see it. Oh, yay! Okay, good. I'm glad you guys can see it because it looks gorgeous from my end. That's etched. It's permanent. You don't have to do anything with it at this point, but you can if you want to, okay? That's what the etching cream does. It just gives that etched look, and you can definitely use it with the transfers. Now, I like it better. Ooh, I still have some on there. Hold, please. Heck, I'm going to use my board eraser just to make sure that I get it all off of there. Just to be sure. Thank you. Because my board eraser takes off everything. I love my board eraser. All right, that is etched in there. It's not going anywhere. That'll never come off of there. You can wash this. You can reuse it over and over and over again. But I have this new stuff that I just got. And I want to see if we can make this stand out even more than what it already does. Okay? So you can use any of our transfers with the etching cream. You can make anything with the etching cream. But I found this stuff here at Joann as they were closing. And it's called Folk Art Merino Opaque Glass Paint. Okay? So what we're going to attempt to do is paint the back side of this black with this glass paint. Now, y'all, I can tell you, we will not get the results tonight of this glass paint because it does have to sit for, I think it said 48 hours. You used to think it was more difficult. Oh no, it's simple to use the etching cream. So simple. It's just like using our chalk paste. You just have to let it sit on there a little bit longer. Oh, crud. It's brand new. It's brand new, and I've never opened it before. So we need to open it. I've never used this stuff before. We're going to give it a shot, though, and see what happens with it. I have a feeling this is going to do the same thing pretty much that our ink will do if you ink on glass. Now, you guys, if you want to use our ink, you can absolutely do that. You can color the underside of this with our inks and then heat set it in your oven. Oh, Carl, I don't mean to. Yeah, I do. All right, so let's see how this stuff works out. I'm just going to grab it says to use a white paintbrush. White enough anyway, right? And we are going to attempt to paint this thing black. Walmart has glass spray. Ooh. So this stuff here is supposed to go on to where it looks like it's fairly dark. And then it dries to be opaque. Now, I don't know if my heat dryer will dry it well enough tonight for us to see the results of how it turns out when it dries opaque or not, but oh, it definitely makes it to where you can see that design a heck of a lot better. So I will try to just dry it. And then this particular stuff you'd use just like our ink too. And you can heat set it in your oven and then it becomes dishwasher safe. which is pretty darn cool. Ah! Is Folk Art in with all the acrylic paints? So I got this at Joann just before, like just not long ago, and they're closing. It was in with all of the other paints at Joann. Yes. Hi, Florine. So I'm going to see. We're going to try this stuff out, and we're going to see if it's like, if when it dries, opaque, if you see brush strokes, probably. I should, ooh, it definitely splatters. It splatters, so be careful how you guys paint with it. It definitely splatters. So for this stuff here, it does say 350, put it in cold oven at 350 for 1 hour, and then you're going to let it stay in the oven until your oven cools down. Our ink is only 250. So it doesn't need to stay in for quite as long as what this stuff does. Or not, I mean, it doesn't need to get quite as hot. Our inks don't. I just wondered if, since this dried opaque, if it would be a little bit different. Ooh, let's check it out, you guys. Let's check it out. It's drying so fast. Let's try to heat dry it. Whoa! I think I'm going to love this stuff. I don't know if you'll be able to see my brush strokes or not, but I definitely think it looks pretty darn cool. We're trying out some new stuff tonight. It's called Folk Art Merino Opaque Glass Paint. Oh no, you guys, I think my dryer might be on its last leg. Do you hear it? Yeah, I would put it on a cookie sheet for sure. So it does say to let it set out for 48 hours and air dry for 48 hours before you try to heat set it. Really, our inks are the same way. You're supposed to let it sit for 24 hours or 48 hours before you try to heat set it in your oven with anything like that. So if you're doing glassware with our inks, let it air dry for long enough. Oh my gosh! I'm ordering a new one tonight, you guys. I use it too much to be this scared of it. I think it's gonna go out. All right, let's give it a shot. Yeah, so the etching cream is actually by Armor Etch, but it is available on my website. It might have a short. I don't know. I took it with me this past weekend, and now, of course, it did this last week to me too, didn't it? It's got a mind of its own. It's doing its own thing. Is it dry to the touch? It's dry to the touch. All right, let's just check it out, you guys. Let's see what a difference that made. You can definitely see my brush strokes. Without a doubt, you can see my brush strokes. So I would use something different to paint it. But do you see how that, just having that color behind it, makes it to where that design just really, really pops out on there? I think it just needs to, I think it needs to dry. I think it needs to dry. And once it dries, I think you won't be able to see that. Isn't that really cool, though? I think you can, Ruth. I think you can apply the paint with anything. it said a white brush, and of course I grabbed the one that was like the most narrow white brush I could possibly have used. But let's see. Let's see here. First let's see if it just washes off. If it washes off, if it's not heat set, or if it's permanent right off the bat. It might need a second coat. I'm going to see what happens though. Because like I said, I've never used this stuff before. It will, you guys. It will. So, until it's heat set, it's not permanent. Look at that, you guys. It's washing right off. Which is fantastic, right? So if you don't get it right the first time, you can try it over again. Oh, I love that about this stuff. I always love it when stuff is forgiving and you can change it if it doesn't turn out right. Right? That makes me happy. That makes me so happy. So even though I dried it, I'm still able to do it over again. So let's try it with a dauber and see if that works better. Let's try it. I don't think a squeegee is going to work very well because it's paint. And it is coming off of here kind of like stringy, like almost. And of course that's my last, that was my last one of these things that was in there. You love that idea too, right? That you can change it if you don't like it. You can fix it. I think that that's really cool that this is one of those things that's not permanent until it's been heat set. That makes me really, really happy. Are you going to try the etching cream? Yay! After it dries, put another coat of the brush strokes. I agree with that too. I just wanted to see what would happen before I used more paint to do a second layer to see if it was forgiving or not. And it definitely, definitely is. Hold on, please. Sorry, you guys. I ran out of my towels. And I am not going to be able to clean that up without my towels. If you use ink, all right, Cassie, have a good night. If you use ink, then you're going to put it in your oven with your oven cold. You're going to turn it to 250 degrees. You're going to let it stay in. You're going to let it get up to heat. So and then once your timer goes off to tell you that your buzzer goes off to tell you that it's warm enough, then you're going to set your timer for an hour. And then when your hour is up, you're going to go ahead and just turn off your oven and let it stay in there until your oven's cooled down. What was that? Yes, you could use gilding wax to wax the edges. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, you guys, let's see. Let's see if we can do it again and get a better result with a sponge. Just to try. But look at that, you guys, it cleaned right up. No problems at all. I love that about this stuff. Even though I dried it, it's not permanent until it's heat set, which is awesome. Yes. Or on resin, Nancy, I don't know. I don't know if resin is etchable. That sounded like a weird word. Etchable. I don't know if resin is etchable or not, though. I wouldn't think so. The glass is just from the Dollar Tree. Yep, sure is. Sure is. All right, let's try one of my favorite brushes. I don't know why, but every time that I use one of these brushes, class is over. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. That class was tonight. These brushes right here, I always have really, really, really great luck using these brushes. So let's try one of these and just see what happens. You need to save up for a heat press. Yeah, these brushes are my faves. You guys, they're my faves. And I think they always will be. These are stenciling brushes from Walmart. And every time I go into Walmart and they have these stenciling brushes, I buy more. I love them. It's crazy. And they're so cheap too. They're so inexpensive. So I do have some brush strokes, but I feel like this is giving me really, really great coverage. And I think that if I just continue to go back and forth in a smooth, these brushes are from Walmart. In my store, they're in the crafting department. And I love them. There are these little feet on the bottom of this board, so that the little feet make it a little bit more difficult, but I really feel like I just got fantastic, fantastic, fantastic coverage with this. Until I started going over it again. That's just because it's drying. I think it's going to be good now. They don't leave brush marks like other brushes do. But they do leave some brush mark. It just seems to be minimal in my opinion compared to other ones. You love them too, Holly? My faves, y'all. Oh, I need a new one of these. You were in a Walmart that had no craft section? What kind of Walmart was that? Just leave immediately. That's what I would do. So this paint is called Folk Art Moreno Opaque Glass Paint. Oh, I didn't know that, Lynn. Okay. The name of the brushes, I actually have a set over here. Okay, I need a new heat dryer. This is what they look like. That's what they look like at Walmart's. All right, you guys, I'm not going to wait for this to completely dry. I'm going to show you what it looks like. We're going to be good with it. And then tomorrow night when I come back, I will show you how it is when it's all dried up, okay? So let me see if I can just get a hold of it, even though it's still wet. And y'all, what do you think? Do you think it looks so much better when you've got that black on the back of it? I know you can kind of see the brush strokes a little bit. Not as much as what you could though. But I think it makes that design with that etching cream really, really stand out. I love it. Oh, sissy, I use it so much though. I mean, so much. Like, I agree. That's un-American. There has to be a craft section in Walmart. So you guys, I hope that you love this etching cream as much as I do. There's so much you can do with it. So many things you can do with it. I can see this as, you know, just a little plant stand, or even use it as a cutting board because we etched on here and that's permanent. Okay. The bottom of it's painted. You're not going to cut on this side anyhow. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. I will show you guys tomorrow what it looks like after it's been dried, and just kind of air dried for a whole day. And we'll see where it's at from there. Okay. All right, you guys. I can definitely add another coat, but I do want to let it completely dry first before I do. And my dryer is currently on the fritz. And since I needed to order my kids more vitamins today anyway, I'm just going to buy another one. Absolutely, you can use whatever color you want to pop your kitchen. Absolutely. I bought red, white, blue, and black when I was there. So that's what I did. But they have so many different colors in that glass paint. And there's a whole bunch of different things you can do. I highly suggest if you buy some that you do look it up on YouTube, because there are so many things you can do with it. All right, you guys. That's it for tonight. I'll be back here again tomorrow. Love you guys all so much. Thanks for watching. Etch is the keyword if you guys didn't catch that for the supply list for tonight. And if you need anything, have any questions, comments, or concerns, just send me a message. I'm just a message away, you guys. Just a message away. And I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow, okay? You're so welcome, Mary. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.